Welcome back, guys. We got a second round today of quadratic formula. It's back. Okay. Yes, on the last video, the questions on quadratic formula, they gave you nice, neat answers. Today's not the case. We got big numbers. We got fractions. And you know us math teachers, we always make life harder for you guys. That's our job. All right. 3 examples today. Here's the first example. When you do quadratic formula, you have to have this set equal to 0. So you catch a break. This one is equal to 0. So we can roll right now. We've got our A's, B's, and C's ready to drop in. So like on the last video, find your values for A, B, and C. So A equals 3, B equals -7, C equals 2. You've got everything ready to go, A's, B's, and C's. So if you don't recall from the last one, quadratic formula, let's get it up there on the board. Okay, so there it is right in front of you, quadratic formula. You have these B's, A's, C's all throughout it. We've got to take these numbers for A, B, and C, plug them into that formula. And the way I like to write it, if you guys remember from the last video, I like getting all these spots all opened up real easy so I can just drop those in there. Okay, let's drop them in. We got A's, B's, and C's. B's up first, that's a -7. A's next, +3. C's a +2. So once you have your values for A's, B's, and C's all plugged in, now it's time to clean up the mess. Be careful with those negative signs. Negative times negative, that's +7. And again, another negative sign. This is -7 squared, which gives us a positive 49. 4 times 3 times 2. That's going to be 24. 2 times 3, that's going to be 6. All right, so underneath the square root sign, you still got some work to do. Here we go, we got 7 plus or minus. That's going to be 25, which is a great number. So underneath the square root sign, you got a 25, but we know square root of 25. Like it's 5. So this looked like it may have been trouble, but we're in business. It's a 5. Let's take it up to the top of the page. We've got a 7. It was square root of 25, which we know is 5. Now you have to deal with the plus or minus. So dealing with the plus or minus gives you 2 answers. 7 plus 5 over 6 and 7 minus 5 over 6. So we've got both directions. 7 plus 5, that's a 12. 7 minus 5, that's a 2. So when we go to get our final answer, we've got one here, the other one there. This is nice, 12 divided by 6. That's just going to be a 2. The trouble is this fraction. It's a 2 over 6. It reduces. Divide by 2, divide by 2. That becomes 1/3. So when we're getting our answers on today's problems, be on your guard. Fractions are showing up. Okay, we got 3 examples. We just ran the first one. Let's run this second one. So example 2. So we got 5x squared minus 13x minus 6. All right, every time you're doing quadratic formula, got to make sure it's set equal to 0. We've got everything in descending order. We can pick out our A's, B's, and C's. So A equals 5, B equals -13, C equals -6. So again, negative numbers showing up. Let's get quadratic formula ready to roll. All right, so this is my values for A, B, and C. They are plugging into this formula. So A's, B's, and C's going into the formula. You guys know how I like to write it. So I like to open it up, and I know all 5 spots that I got to make my substitutions in. I've got my values for A's, B's, and C's. I'm going to plug them in. I'm being very careful about these negative signs. -13, A is 5, A is 5, C is -6. All right, once you have your values for A, B, and C all plugged into us, now we're ready to roll. Start working those negative times negative, that's +13. A negative number squared Negative 13 squared is going to give me a positive 169. Uh-oh, here we go. Oh boy. Trouble. Most people miss this. Not us, just those chuckers out on the streets. But we remember negative times negative gives me a positive right there. So 4 times 5 times 6, that's 120. 2 times 5 is 10. So it got harder today. I mean, you're looking at this and you're thinking, whoa, I need a calculator. So we've got here 169 plus 120. That's 289. Like, yikes, 289, I need a calculator. Hey, good news. The square root of 289, hey, look at that. It's 17. It's a great number. All right, so we were scared of this. Now we're feeling a little better. Here we go. So we had 13. We've got 10 on the bottom. It was 289. Now we know square root of that is 17, and we can start our switch. We can split it up and run two math problems. 13 plus 17 over 10. 13 minus 17 over 10. And we've got our two math problems. All right, let's clean up this mess. Okay, 13 plus 17, that's 30 over 10. And 13 minus, that's a negative 4 over 10. So what we're looking at, guys, for our home stretch here is we're going to get two answers. One, this is great. 30 divided by 10, that's just 3. But this is a fraction, 4 over 10. And the fraction reduces. So you got a 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. So this becomes a 2. 10 divided by 2 becomes a 5. So again, you're getting two answers. One of these, regular number. Other one's a fraction. So be on the lookout for the problems today. Nice, neat number, fraction trying to get you. All right, we've done two examples. We're trying to do 3 on this video today. One left. Let's get this out of the way. See if we can get number 3 up on the boards. So here we go, 4x squared. I'm about to scare you guys to death. I'm writing 19 on the board. I just wrote a 19. Okay, so last example, here we go. We've got everything set equals 0. Once we've got everything ready to roll, they're all set, you can pick out your A's, B's, C's. So I've got a 4, I got a 19, and a negative 5. 4, 19, negative 5. Rolling with quadratic formula again. Let's get everything ready to plug in. Negative b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac. So, third example, third time today to write quadratic formula. That's what she looks like. As you guys know, I prefer, for me, I'm going to get it all set up. So everything's ready, it's all wanting to drop in there, and you're about to see how problematic a 19 can be to your life. All right, dropping in a 19 and a 19, dropping in a 4 and a 4, and there is your negative 5 and negative 5. Oh man. Okay, I've got all the right numbers in all the right places. Now what I'm going to do, negative 19, is I'm going to clean up this mess. 19 squared. That's 361. Oh, here's that trap again, guys. Again, some people are going to miss this. Not us. Other people. Negative times negative makes positive. So you got to run 4 times 4 times 5. And that's an 80. 2 times 4 is an 8. So here we go. Look at this mess right here. You've got negative 19. You've got the 8 on the bottom. You've got 361 plus an 80. You've got 441 underneath there. A normal person will be scared of 441, but it works out. The square root of 441 is just 21. So it looked terrible, but it actually turns out to be a nice number. It turns out to be 21. Let's get this. So negative 19, there's my plus or minus, there's my 8. 441 square root gives us 21. So the numbers look a little intimidating, but we're close to this. Let's run our split, negative 19 plus 21 over 8. and negative 19 minus 21 over 8. So we're going to get our two answers. This is 2, negative 19 plus 21. What happens here? A negative and a negative, negative 40 over 8. So we got to go to work on this. We got to go to work on that. We're going to get our two answers. So 2 over 8 is 1/4. And a 40 divided by 8 gives me a 5. That's a negative. So there's your 3 examples for today's problems. Be on the lookout. Sometimes it's a nice, neat number. Other times you have a fraction and you had to reduce it. So each problem, be ready for all the big numbers, be ready for all the negative signs, be ready for a fraction at the end as well. Okay. All right, our job on this video, we're throwing 4 more problems at you. So here we go. We're going to label this Homework 2. I believe on Homework 1 we had questions 1, 2, 3, and 4. So for this homework, we've got questions 5, 6, 7, and 8. So Homework 2, numbers get bigger, fraction shows up. All right, guys, here is the 4 problems for this assignment. So on this assignment, you're going to label it Homework 2, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're on the other assignment, so we're picking right back up where we left off. Question 5, 6, 7, 8. So these 4 problems are next, and this is also going to be due on Friday, April 3rd, high noon. So this assignment, label it Homework 2, due on Friday, April 3rd, high noon. All right, let's check this. Yep, it looks pretty good. All right, I like the way this looks. Okay, guys, Homework 2 right behind me, Friday, April 3rd, high noon. Make it look awesome. Put it on a piece of paper. Take a picture of it. Show your quadratic formula. Show all your steps. Make it look great. Send it to me on my NOC email. All right, I'll catch you guys next time.